Apple is battling a $2 billion EU fine over App Store practices. Wearable AI Pin maker Humane is reportedly seeking a buyer. And Nintendo snaps up a studio known for its Switch ports. It's Wednesday, May 22nd, and this is Engadget News. Apple has formally challenged a €1.8 billion, which is the equivalent to a $1.95 billion antitrust fine, issued by the European Union. That's according to a report. The bloc handed down the penalty in March after determining that Apple had constrained competing music streaming services on the App Store following a 2019 complaint from Spotify. At the time, Apple pledged to appeal the decision, arguing that the EU failed to uncover any credible evidence of consumer harm. Bloomberg reports that Apple has now filed a suit in an attempt to overturn the ruling. Along with the fine, the EU instructed Apple to stop blocking rival music streaming platforms from telling users that they could sign up for their services at a lower cost away from the App Store. Spotify claimed it had to increase subscription prices to cover costs related to how Apple runs the App Store. That's despite Spotify not making it possible to upgrade to Premium directly through its iOS app. Doing so would mean having to fork over a commission to Apple. For its part, Apple maintains that Spotify does not pay it anything, even though the latter taps into its APIs, beta testing tools, and more. Spotify's complaint predated the Digital Markets Act coming into force. That law stops defined gatekeepers, including Apple and Play Store operator Google, banning developers from telling users about cheaper ways to pay for their products outside of their app marketplaces. The EU is currently investigating both companies over their compliance with that aspect of the law. The tech startup Humane is seeking a buyer for its business just a bit over a month since it released the AI Pin. That's according to Bloomberg. Engadget's Sherilyn Lowe described the AI Pin as a wearable Siri button because it's a small device you can wear that was designed with a very specific purpose in mind, to give you ready access to an AI assistant. Bloomberg reported that Humane is working with a financial advisor and is apparently hoping to sell for anywhere between $750 million and $1 billion. The company drummed up a lot of interest and successfully raised $230 million from high-profile investors. However, $1 billion may be a huge ask when its AI Pin was mostly panned by critics upon launch. Engadget gave the AI Pin a score of 50 out of 100 in its review due to several reasons. It was slow and took a few seconds to reply when asked questions. The responses were irrelevant at times and weren't any better than what you could get with a quick Google search. Its touchpad grew warm with use, it had poor battery life, and its projector screen, while novel, was pretty hard to control. The Humane AI Pin also is not cheap. It costs $700 to buy and requires a monthly fee of $24 to access the company's artificial intelligence technology and 4G service riding on T-Mobile's network. In a post on its website, Humane said that it was listening to feedback and listed several problem areas it intends to focus on. Another dedicated AI gadget, the Rabbit R1, is much more affordable at $199, but it's still not cheap enough to make the category more popular than it is, especially since you could easily take out your phone to use AI tools when needed. Humane's efforts to sell its business is still in its very early stages, and it might not close a deal at all. Nintendo is buying Florida-based studio Shiver Entertainment from the Embracer Group, which is splitting up its rather messy gaming empire and is letting go of certain assets. Shiver was founded in 2012 and is mostly known for working with publishers and developers to port games to the Switch, including a couple of Scribblenauts titles and Hogwarts Legacy. Nintendo will acquire the boutique-sized studio in full, making it a fully owned subsidiary that will continue working on Switch ports and developing software for multiple platforms. The Japanese gaming company is not known for gobbling up small studios and developers. In its announcement of the deal, it said it's aiming to secure high-level resources for porting and developing software titles with this purchase. By buying Shiver, Nintendo is also showing that it's committed to the Switch platform, which will remain its primary business for years to come. As Nintendo Life notes, Nintendo may have decided to purchase Shiver to acquire its talent as well. The studio's CEO, John Shepard, is an industry veteran who used to oversee Xbox Live, the Xbox platform software, and Microsoft Game Studios. He also served as chief operating officer at EA and at Zynga. Nintendo did not say how much it's paying for the studio, but it doesn't sound like the purchase will make any considerable impact on its finances. The company wrote in its announcement, the acquisition will have only a minor effect on Nintendo's results for this fiscal year. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism by contributors Mariella Moon and Chris Holt, and was voiced and produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll return tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.